Hey guys, it's Trish from Trish's Carb Club, live from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Happy Monday night, everybody. Okay, hopefully I'm live and you can hear me. I see Charlene and Pat. I see Shannon and Anne Marie and Angela, Teresa, Karen. Can someone comment that you can hear me? Yay. Okay, thanks, Anna. All right. Oh my gosh. Several hours into um, texting, practicing my sister Anne Marie's patience in prayer, my husband's patience in prayer. We finally got whatever we had last week going on fixed. So fingers crossed that we'll have another good week this week. So how are you guys? Happy Monday night. Let me try to get this to come in a little bit clearer. Just 1 second. Let me see, because I don't know for you guys, but for me, it's very fuzzy. Okay. All right. There's a lot to catch up on. Last week, I spoke for about 8 minutes, not realizing that none of you guys could see me, and gave a lot of information. So I want to redo a little bit of the information. You probably all know it already by now because it's been a week, but I still want to put it out there. Before we talk about Stampin' Up, let's talk about sports. What is happening in the sports world? Well, in case you're living under a rock, the college football season has started this weekend. It was unexpected. That is the best way that I can describe it. I watched the Texas Ohio game. Super disappointed. It was a terrible game, and I'm just going to write that one off and hope they get better. Both Texas anyway. Um, I watched the Notre Dame Miami game until I fell asleep, and my Notre Dame still lost. I was so bummed, but they tried really hard, and they're gonna have a good season. They've got a good team going, so they're gonna have a good season. So hopefully your teams played and did well. There were a lot of upsets. It's a whole different world out there now. The coaches that we're used to that have been coaching are not coaching anymore. Coaches that belong in the professional league are in college, aka Bill Belichick. So it's crazy. So it's really crazy. So hopefully you had a good weekend. Hopefully you guys had a 3-day weekend and had a little rest and relaxation. I am so grateful for this 3-day weekend. I got a lot of stuff done, both in my house with weeding, the never ending weeds and trauma of having a yard that's never ending, and house cleaning and laundry and all that stuff. But I also spent hours and hours and hours working on projects for Crafts, Chicks, and Chocolate. So I'm really excited. Hey, Judy, I'm really excited. I got one project completely done and then just smithereens of a few others. So, but Karen and I are really hard at work getting everything done. We only have 5 months. September, October, November, December, January, February. Yeah, we only have 5 months and 14 days. So we got to really kick it in gear to be ready for you guys. Okay, that's that. Now let's talk a little bit about Stampin' Up announcements that they made last week. And I tried to talk to you guys about it, but it got so crazy. So you guys know that Stampin' Up is changing the way they're going to be packaging their stamps, which I am ecstatic about. I am so happy for all the announcements that got made. Changing the way they're packaging stamps and dies. They're discontinuing red rubber, and they're just going to have photopolymer, which, as anyone that knows me, that stamped with me for a while, knows I love photopolymer stamps. I'm so happy that all stamps are going to be photopolymer. I'm very, very happy about that. So I wanted to show you a little bit of how they're going to repackage. So this packaging here, this is the Everyday Arches dies, is very similar to the packaging that we're going to have. So you'll see the difference in the thickness. So this is the current packaging in a DVD type style case. And then this is the new packaging. So you can see it's going to take up quite a bit of space. Now the size, let's look at that. This is the size of the news case. It's 5 5/8 by 9 inches. So all of them, the dies and the stamp sets, are going to be in the same kind of cases, the same size. So just to compare what we have now to what we're going to get. And this all starts in November. The November online exclusives that come out will all be in new packaging. And they're not going to change over all of the packaging. So whatever happened in the catalog that starts tomorrow, which I believe I think it's tomorrow. Could be Wednesday. Don't quote me on that. But this is our mini catalog. So anything that's red rubber in here will stay red rubber. The dies will stay packaged. The stamps will stay packaged the way that they are. Through the end of this catalog, which is through the end of December. And anything in our big catalog, which will stay through till the end. Thank you, Judy. It's the 3rd. It starts on the 3rd. Anything that stays, anything in the big catalog will stay packaging probably as it is until 1, it runs out of stock and they don't carry it anymore, or 2, it runs out of stock and they're going to keep it in inventory. Then they'll change the packaging then. So because this is our new packaging, and pretend this is the envelope, I have already ordered some new containers, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to sort. I'm going to do my packaging. It's a little hard to show this on the screen, but this is just a clear plastic tote, and I will put my stamps in, my dies in like this. And so I'll flip through them like that. So I am, and this fits, the size of it is perfect. Let me see if I lay it down, if I can get it in the picture. So this is going to fit perfect. This is 6 inches. And there are others that are 4 inches, but I felt like because the stamps and envelopes are going to be, dies are going to be 9 inches, I wanted something a little bit taller. So that's why I chose this one. If anyone is interested, I got it on Amazon. Just message me and I'll gladly send you the link for it. New packaging will begin with November online exclusives. Yes, that is correct, Karen. In November, all new stamps and dies that come out starting November 1st will be in the new packaging. So yeah, that is correct. Thanks, Karen. Trisham, show them the banner and envelope, please. Show them the banner and, oh, that's a good idea, Karen. Thank you. Karen just gave me a really good idea. I'm going to show you one of our newer dies that's out. Let me just grab it. This is, oops. This is, it's hard to see because it's so big. I'll show you this way. This is the new banner dies that are available as online exclusives. And this is a little bit taller than what we're going to have. So this one is, I'm sorry, it is 10 inches. So it's going to be 9 inches. So it's a little teeny bit taller. But that's just gives you a good idea. And it's these envelopes here. They'll just have a little bit different of a different seal. This one still has that little tucking thing right there. The new ones are just going to tuck in like that. And they're going to be so much easier than the ones that we work with now. So thanks, Karen. That was a really good idea. Okay. That's all the announcements that I can think of. I'm sure there's probably more that'll come to me as I'm chit-chatting away. But let me, I've got to do my details. So I will just step back and say that I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. If you have come to find me for the first time, thank you. If you're watching the replay, thank you. I really appreciate it. I have a YouTube channel and a Facebook page called Trisha's Card Club. And you can shop with me online 24/7 at trishan.stampinup.net. That's a webpage that Stampin' Up! Curates. I will tell you, for anybody that has not received a catalog, this catalog right here, I just sent out catalogs this weekend, so it'll probably take a week, but you should get them. And if you haven't already got them, I sent some through Stampin' Up! And some I had to send out on my own. But if you haven't gotten a catalog within a week and you don't have a demonstrator and you're looking for a catalog, just message me. I'll gladly get one out into the mail to you. It's a fantastic catalog. I still can't show it yet because it's officially not till the 3rd, but it's a good catalog. There's some good stuff in there. And then there's a ton of new online exclusives that start tomorrow as well. So shop away, shop away. Okay, let me get rid of this. Let me come down a little bit closer to what you're going to be seeing. Tonight, we're using a couple of products that were available last Monday night. I did not check this Monday night, but they were available last Monday night. So we are using this designer series paper, which is called Beautiful Gallery. And it's a paper that I'm a little stumped with how to use. So I am giving a big shout out to Carrie McDonough. I'm not sure how that's how you say her name. She inspired this card. And these are just really different papers like that we haven't seen before. And I didn't know what to do with them. And then I saw a pattern that she did and I was like, oh, I would love that. So this is not exactly the card she made, but it's definitely inspired by her. So basically we're using this DSP, which honestly, you guys, this whole package, we could make this card with, and it's called Beautiful Galleries. And then I'm using the Everyday Arches. So I'm using 2 of the Everyday Arches. And then I'm also using Simply Said, which is a current, I'm using the Happy Birthday from Simply Said, because if you guys remember last time, I was going to do a guy birthday card, and that's what we're doing. So basically, I just took my Everyday Arches, and I just decided where I wanted to what I wanted to capture in the picture. I just kind of went around and said, oh, that's what I want to capture. That's how it ended up being right here. So that's what I took out. So as you guys know, I do most of my work offline just to save us time. So you don't have to watch me go through die cutting online. So that's how it ended up getting die cut. Now, we have to keep this piece of paper though, because I'm using the back of it to finish the card. So basically, I took a piece of pecan pie cardstock, cut it in half, scored it. It's just a regular piece of pecan pie. Then I took a layer of pecan pie and I embossed it, which you can see. This is probably not a current embossing folder. Not a big deal. You guys have hundreds of embossing folders at home, so whatever you like, I just grab either what's on my desk or the first one that's in my pile. So one thing I'm really excited about, you guys, with this new packaging that Stampin' Up's coming out with, I'm going to redo all of my stamps in that packaging, and I'm going to change the way I store my dies and my embossing folders to all go on those bins that I showed you. So I'm really excited about that. So this is my first layer here. I took another die in oh my gosh, now I've forgotten the color. Hang on, I forgot the color. I had it before I started my video and now I've forgotten it. It is Misty Moonlight, and I'm going to layer that back on Misty Moonlight. And I just think this is a nice serene card that will make what I think would be a really good guy card. Then I'm going to layer that onto my card. I did not use any dimensionals yet, but I am going to use dimensionals. I'm not laying it in the center. I am intentionally doing it a little bit off to the side just to give it a little bit of a different focal point. So that's that. Then I'm going to take my leftover Designer Series paper. Now, if I wanted to, I could cut this and use this piece right here to put on the flap of my envelope. That would look really good. I don't have any intentions of doing that, but I could do that and it would look really good. I want a lighter end of my card. So I want this to be 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to take 3/4 of an inch. Actually, you know what? It's not 3/4, it's 1/2 inch. Sorry, I'm taking 1/2 inch of this piece of paper. I'll cut that. And then I need it to be, I don't remember because this is a week ago and who remembers what happens in a week? I need it to be 3 1/4 inches long. And I want most of the lighter color. So I'm going to cut it down at this end, 3 1/4. So that's how I'm getting the card colors to coordinate with the Designer Series paper that I'm using by actually using a piece of the Designer Series paper. Okay, so that's that. Then I'm taking my happy birthday from Simply Said. I'm going to stamp that up. And I'm going to stamp it to one end because I'm going to stamp it this way because I'm going to make a tail on the other end. So I will ink that up. Hope that it's straight. Hopefully you won't just see my head. Stamp that on there. There we go. It's always nerve-wracking to stamp when you're live on camera, but that one worked. Now this punch is also still available. It was last week. I'm not sure it's still today, but it was last week. It has 3 sizes you can cut. I'm doing the smallest, so I'm going to stick it in this end like that. I'm going to flip it over and make sure it's in the center up here. I'm sorry for the glare, you guys. Make sure it's in the center, which it is, and then I'm going to just pop it out, and then I'm going to get a little tail. And then with this one, I'm going to take my smaller, if I have them, because I've been using these will work. I need my full size dimensionals don't work. This is too small for my regular dimensionals, and I don't have any of the Stampin' Up! Minis in my box. So I'm just going to do this. Use the Stampin' Up! Ones. They're better. I have to get some in my little kit that I keep on my desk for my videos. And then I'm going to take my card. Every week that I try to end up my videos so that I have a good picture on my video for my loading it on to Facebook never works. I don't suspect it's going to work any better, but there is my guide card. Let me come in a little closer so you guys can see it. Super easy, really pretty. Now I have a lot of extra Designer Series paper, so I'll trim another piece off and I'll line that on the bottom of my inside card so that you just can tie the pieces in together. If I had maneuvered my my arch a little bit over, a little teeny bit more, that would have been perfect to give me the 3 inches that I could have used to put on the back of the envelope, but it's okay. I mean, I think this still works. And like I said, you can do this card with almost that whole set of Designer Series paper because of the way it is. So thanks, you guys. Thank you for those nice words. I appreciate that. Hey, Pig Neil, thanks for joining. I'm glad you're late. And Angela, nice to see you too. Thanks, you guys, for coming on and sharing some of your Monday night with me. Super easy card. I'm going to risk showing a different card, and who knows what will be my video at the end. But this is a card I got from my dear friend Carol. And I love this card. First of all, I just love it because it's so happy and chipper. But I also love it because Carol colored all these in. And at first I was thinking, is that a stamp? Like, did she do that? And then I realized, as I said, yeah, she colored it and she did such a great job. But the other thing that I love is the technique that she used on the back. This was just scrap papers that she just put on the paper and cut them down. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's just all individual pieces of cardstock. So that was really fun. So I love this card. It was a really happy card to come home in the mail too. So thank you, Carol, for doing that. Now let's see if I bring this card back in, if this will be how I end my video. I don't know. That's why I want 1,000 followers, so I could fix the end of my video, 1,000 subscribers. So, all right, you guys, I think that is it for Monday night. I'm so, so thankful that technology worked tonight, and that I can be able to see you guys and sign it, sort of, and just be able to spend Monday night with you, because after this, I'll be watching some football. Tom Brady, listen to me. Bill Belichick's team, North Carolina, is playing TCU, and I'm anxious to see how Bill's team's going to be. You know, there's been a lot of chatter, so I'm anxious to see how it's going to be. So around here, we make it and we mail it. I hope that you have time to do that this week. I hope you have time to send a card out and bless someone. I will try to do that myself. And I love you guys. I miss you guys. And I will see you next Monday night, same time, same channel. Hopefully, again, with no video challenges. Have a great week, you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.